Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing pretty good myself because, we're only a week away from the Spider-Man PC port, and honestly, it's kind of crazy to think about. I didn't realize we were that close to it because I just kind of lost track of time, I guess, job and everything like that. But luckily, one of the biggest PlayStation fanboys out there, JayTechTV, has kept me up to date on it through community posts. And today he put out one, and the copium was just off the charts in this post, honestly. Like, he's gone as far as to spread misinformation about the Spider-Man PC port now. That's how salty he is. So we're not going to be reacting to a video or anything today. This video is probably not going to be very long either. I just kind of wanted to talk about this because I figured it would make for a good short little video. But anyway, let's get into this. So earlier today, JayTech uploaded this community post that I'm showing on the screen right now, which basically says most gaming PCs won't be able to run Spider-Man next week. And then, 3 different laughing emojis, because, this man is so pathetic that he unironically gets enjoyment knowing that people won't be able to run a video game that he enjoys on their specific hardware. And so I just wanted to take a couple minutes today to completely debunk this stupid community post. But before we get into that, I would just like to throw out that I saw a bunch of people, kind of mocking him, making fun of him for unironically being salty about this because, who wouldn't? He's upset that other people get to play the games that he's enjoyed. But basically, he has been deleting comments calling him out for being salty. Like, you cannot make this up. I don't have screenshots to prove it, but all I know is I went on the community post comment section, I saw a bunch of comments calling him out, and then I came back a couple hours later and those comments were mysteriously gone. Seems a little fishy to me, but who knows, maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist secretly. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's just go ahead and debunk this real quick because, I mean, he wants to live in his own little echo chamber where he thinks, oh my god, Spider-Man, it's such an amazing, huge game, only the power of the PS4 and PS5 can run it. Most people with gaming PCs aren't, they can't afford the hardware worthy of running this game because I'm so pathetic that I need to think that to feel any joy in life. But I decided to go to the Steam page because for those of you guys who don't know, I have this game pre-ordered. This is basically the first time I've ever pre-ordered a game because I'm pretty excited for it to come to PC, and my rig is pretty damn good, so I knew that a game made for the base PS4 was probably gonna run just fine on it. Because for those of you who don't know, I have a 3070 Ti and a Ryzen 9 3900X, which basically, for those of you who don't know what that means, is just I have a really good system, so I don't really have to worry about games not being able to run. But forget that I even have a good PC, because so I decided I wanted to go onto Steam and I wanted to check what the technical specifications for, like what hardware do you need to run this game. And as you can see from the screenshot I'm putting on screen right now, the minimum requirement for running this game is an Intel Core i3 4th gen. At least I'm pretty sure that's a 4th gen. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong. But then also 8 gigs of RAM and a GTX 950, and then just obviously 75 gigs of space available. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is where it gets very interesting because then we go to the recommended specs, which these don't matter as much, but basically it's an i5 4670, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 1060. Like that's the recommended specs that you have. But even then, if you don't have that, you'll still be able to run this game just fine. But for those of you who don't know, the 950 came out in 2015. It is 7 years old now. The card is so weak that basically there's this website, it's called like Tom's Hardware or something, I don't remember the exact name, but basically they rank every single GPU based on power, and they put it in like a list, like going from like, first place all the way down to whatever last place is. This GPU is so weak and outdated, it is not even listed on the list comparing like every single GPU ever made. That is how weak and outdated this thing is. Now, I need to throw it out there. I'm not throwing shade at anyone who still uses this GPU. I'm just, saying the facts. Like, sorry if the truth hurts. So I just wanted to throw this out there. This whole idea that barely any PC is going to be able to run Spider-Man is an absolute joke. Because you can literally have crappy, outdated by 7 years PC hardware and still run this game. And what makes this even funnier to me, this is kind of what I'm going to end the video on, is I did some research. The PlayStation 4, like the base PlayStation 4, is roughly equivalent to a 750 Ti, a GTX 750 Ti. For reference, I believe that came out in 2013 or 2014, and the 950 is roughly 50% more powerful, and that is the minimum required specs. So if you think about it that way, Sony's own exclusive game was struggling to run on their own hardware that it was made exclusively for, which I actually think is pretty funny in all honesty. The fact that PlayStation fanboys are out here claiming that PCs, unless they're really high-end, can't run Spider-Man, but you can literally use an i3 and 7-year-old graphics cards and still run this game just fine. And even then, it's still probably going to give you a better experience than the PS4 version of the game did. So yeah, I think I've dismantled his fanboyism quite well, if I do say so myself. And I'm just gonna end the video by saying this. It's okay if you're a fan of PlayStation. It's okay if you're not gonna get a PC to play this game. Like, it's perfectly fine if you enjoy playing Spider-Man on like a base PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5, whatever. It doesn't matter which platform you enjoy playing the game on. Just don't be like this guy and be in complete denial saying that most gaming PCs won't be able to run it, and then put a bunch of laughing emojis because you're so far in denial, because you're so desperate to believe that other people won't be able to enjoy the same games that you do. Because that is what he's doing right here. He's so desperate to believe that this game is going to be bad on PC and people aren't going to enjoy it, that he's just straight up lying to himself and other people, saying that most PCs will not be able to run it. So I've said this in a few other videos, but be a fan of a platform, don't be a fanboy. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. We've officially passed the 3/4 of a way to 1,000 subscribers mark. Again, thank you guys so much for all the support. I know we can hit it eventually. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you all next time.